Boys and girls, how you doing? Let's do another pick a card, and today, who has the eyes on you? That could be interesting. Okay, the usual. Okay, so two pal. Let's have a look. What is coming up? Hope everybody is fine and staying safe and happy bunny, all right? Okay, so okay, 1 2 1 2. Where is your pal? Okay, pal number one. Who have what? Who has the eyes on you? Holy Mother of God. The Star, the Fool, Three of Cups. Well, we're talking about that person, not talking about you. However, they definitely see you shining, but they could be shining themselves as well. Obviously, the Star is like you feel like you are each other home. There's someone who can see you from far away as they wish granted. So that could be your wish granted as well, because it's generally both ways. And you balance each other emotion. Absolutely. They how can I say, someone with who you could see the path very clearly. You can see where it is going, and it's just obvious. You might have just met them like 5 seconds, but it's like there's something special there. There's something I can't forget. So you may have met them before, and they catch your attention. They catch your attention at the time, and they're like the same. Really? And they go for it. They want to take a leap of faith. So that is someone who's not afraid to get into action. When they want somebody or something, then go for it. They might not have the whole business plan put together. Okay, let's get that straight. However, it doesn't matter. They want to make it happen. And they're very clear. Maybe you know that person through social kind of events, sort of networking. Maybe they, I don't know, part of, for example, LinkedIn kind of platform. You know them somehow. Maybe you didn't, think of them straight away, but if someone is in your network. At the same time, that could be someone who likes to party a lot and definitely want to date you. Now we know that. No. Yes, so maybe someone that for a long time was focusing on little things in life and felt left in the cold. Maybe something happened to that person that was unfair. You may have heard about it and you thought, oof, that's harsh, man. But at the same time, they focus on the line. They focus on, okay, this is tough, but I can carry on and I can focus on hope and find some help. So you may know that person going through a tough time at some point in their life, but they did it. They managed because they had to drop heavy weight off their shoulder. Maybe they were, they had an enormous amount of responsibility on their shoulder. They were caring for a lot of people. They were just struggling to take care of everybody, but not taking care of themselves, not having a life for themselves. The person that maybe, as I say, they may have seen you before and realized, whew, and you may as well felt the same, but they kind of forbidden themselves to go for it because they may have wanted to protect their heart. Maybe the timing was simply the wrong one. And they defending or protected their heart, even though they could see clearly that that person is something very unique about that person. So yeah, they recognize it, but chose not to see it because it was like there was too much going on at the time. The timing was wrong. Well, they're trying to manage maybe the illusion, maintaining it, but obviously they manifested you and you manifesting them. So they're very good, as I say, they're not afraid to go for things. They're not afraid. So if they want somebody or something, they manifested it, they make it happen. Either from their mind, the power of the mind, but also into action. They're not afraid of going for it. Yes, I mean, there may have been someone who had a choice to make, or were waiting, or was just like, took their time, really took their time. Or maybe, yeah, there was another person at the time. Maybe that's why the timing was wrong. Maybe there's someone who appeared to be a little bit of a player, very passionate at the very least, very passionate, very fiery. And yes, they're very spontaneous. And maybe in the past, they didn't think of the consequences of the action. And maybe that's why they got a bit hurt in the process, but they learned their lesson. But definitely passionate and very fiery, spontaneous. There's someone as well who are very in tune with their intuition. They sit on it, they might not express it, but they know, they feel. They read people very, very quickly and very, easily. Maybe as well, they might not be the most comfortable when it comes to expressing their emotion. They're not afraid of apologizing if they're wrong. Absolutely. They're not stubborn in any ways. But when it comes to expressing their emotion, they might be a little bit, reserved. Well, I think in the past they were very kind of like having a bit of good time, having a bit of fun, as I said, maybe a little bit of a player, can be male, female, doesn't matter, right? But as well, when they have emotion, they again, the same thing, they kind of cover their heart. They're not expressing their emotion. They're kind of very careful to protect their heart. So maybe, a little bit of superficial things were fine, but not going any deeper. But with you, it was different because you shine so bright. They saw you very quickly and recognize this is someone very special. Yeah, it definitely is something that's going to come out of the blue. When you met, you were like, boom, that was destiny, that was written. Absolutely. And maybe they kind of like to spend time by themselves. They kind of, they can be very comfortable in a social situation. Absolutely. And everybody like them. They're very popular. But at the same time, they do like their me time. So, very interesting. But also, I think they have a bit of a getting frustrated now because they definitely feel like it's time to move forward with you and it has to happen. Okay, so I already almost 7 minutes. Yeah. So I hope it is enough, information about that person who has their eyes on you. Let's move on to the second parallax. So pile number 2, 7 of Swords, Page of Swords, 4 of Wands. Wow, someone definitely checking you on social media, no doubt. I mean, they may as well be a bit cutting when it comes to their wording. Maybe they're immature when they're kind of more reactive than anything else when they talk. And that is just sometimes not so appropriate. They're kind of defensive, that's what I'm trying to say. Also, they might be a bit snaky. Maybe they're trying to run away from their feelings towards you. So maybe it's someone who you met and as someone who didn't want to look into it. Like, no, I'm not going there. No. I like what I see, but I'm not going there. Fighting it, fighting the emotion, fighting the feeling. However, you can try to fight. You can try to go to the moon. 11, this is twin flame. So it's love, it's long-term, it's committed relationship. So maybe they run for their life. Like, I don't want to go there. That was my terrifying face. And yes, but now they can't avoid it because this is, you can run as much as you want. No, this is it. This is a person for me. Simple as that. Yeah, because they can see that it can be equal give and take between you two. It's very transparent. It has to be transparent. They can't play. They can't run away. They can't be sneaky. It's equal give and take. It's very transparent, very respectful, and it has to be. They're not afraid of planting a seed and, nurturing and build long term. They know when they're going to go with it, forward or whatever, it's going to be long term, it's going to be serious. They're not going to go for a little kind of no, they can't play that game with you. They know. Yes, because he became the King of Pentacles. So it's someone who's very into their finance, working really hard. As well, they like to respect people. It's a lot of respect here. And they like to treat the person as the king or queen. They're very respectful, very noble. They're not maybe the more comfortable when it comes to open up about their emotion, their feelings. They have a lot, they feel a lot, but they're not very comfortable expressing it. That's fair enough. They can see you from far away and they may be at a distance geographically or emotionally, but at the same time I think it's more geographically. And I think they saw the potential very quickly with you. It's like, boom, I know, this is it. This is the one. So they want to go for it. The how is not very clear just yet, but they know. For a long time, they maintain their stability, maybe finance, financial stability, they also stay put on their own self, but trying to run away from the emotion, they can't do that very long. So they look at you from far away. They keep an eye on you no matter what. But the foundation now is solid. Well, something else, very solid, and they have a lot of attraction. Sorry, very much of attraction for you, and the attraction make them move forward, because yes, they took their time to change the perspective, but now it's kind of has to do. It has to go forward. It has to move forward. They had time to purge themselves, maybe from past hurt, maybe from a lot of things that were not relevant in their life, and they kind of let go. They, as I say, they're not afraid of apologizing if they have to. They're not afraid of, say, okay, I got it wrong there. Okay, fine. They're kind of humble in that sense as well. Yeah, they really are looking for someone like you, grounded, earthy, loving, nurturing, and very strong. It's a lot of an idea of earth energy in this connection, very long term, building for the future. Yes, they're not afraid neither to actually cut someone off if that person is, pushing too much. I mean, they have a great idea of what is right is wrong. Respect for them is crucial. So if someone is pushing too much on their boundaries, that would just like be radical. Yes, may have been on the fence for a long time, having a bit of a good time, but not really again going for it seriously. But with you, it's very different. They can't run away from that connection because it's something long term. It's marriage, it's commitment, it's twin flame, you name it. So yes, they had to choose maybe between, I carry on the way I am or I'm going for it. They're gonna go for it. Bingo. Absolutely going for it because this is the best card of the old deck, and that's a lot of joy, and they like to be light-hearted. They can be very serious and very work focused, but when they have a good time, they definitely have a good time. So very joyful, very light-hearted, like a kid, really. I'm loving this. So this is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I mean, you have the center for one that is beautiful. So enjoy, and I see you tomorrow. Ciao.